Monday Matinee presents Guilty of Our Disasters, Part 1.
This is your captain speaking. No. A message from the captain. Hello, Captain Tarquin here. Wait, I've got this. Jove Tarquin, captain of the good ship Quantum Quincunx, or the 2Q as we like to call it. Why they let engineers name ships is beyond me. Wait, stop. Just delete all of that.
Deleting. Deleted. Would you like to start again?
No, but I suppose I have to. I'm having trouble getting started with this topic in particular.
Iteration 7 have ordered that all captains of the fleet must submit regular reports on the state of their ship.
Our systems do that automatically.
And the state of mind of themselves and their crew. They require your insights into your missions and assignments.
Keldon, listen, I know you've just come aboard.
My proper designation is Keldon 2422.
There's 2,021 other Keldons out there?
Negative. The 4-digit number is assigned randomly, as is the nomenclature.
Fine. Then if we're going to be formal, as long as you are serving under me, you'll address me as captain and end your statements with sir. Is that understood?
Understood. Adding subroutine. Sir. Captain. Captain, sir.
You'll figure it out. I know there's an official log, but... Keldon, are you loyal to me?
I've been hard-coded to serve Iteration 7 and all who dwell under the...
Yes, we all know the oath and have it memorized. But I'm asking you, should the question arise, would you follow my orders without questions, even if they could contradict an I-7 edict?
I'm not sure. Do you think that's something that's likely to happen? Sir.
It may already be happening. I need to know, Keldon.
Let me review. Scanning. Compiling. Tabulating. Answering. As it turns out, my loyalty is first and foremost to my captain, my ship, and then to I-7. I'm wondering if that's a design flaw. Permission to submit a bug report, Captain.
Denied. And if I were to tell you something in confidence and order you not to speak of it, you'd be compelled to follow that order.
I would, Captain.
And your memory, the data you store, it's secure.
Our memory cannot be compromised, hacked, or stolen. It is more secure than shipboard memory. Sir.
So you're like a walking black box?
A black box? Captain, sir.
An archaic term, used to describe...
Onboard airplane recorders. I'm scanning the data now. An accurate analogy, sir. Would you like to start again? Sir.
This was a terrible idea, and as it turns out, I don't have time for it.
Captain Shokta-Solveig, I respectfully request you make time. Can you please stop walking?
Fine, but only for a moment. Listen, what's your name?
This one's designation is Tommyrot Falterall.
What?
Tommyrot Falterall.
Good God, why?
The designers prefer more elegant-sounding names than typical name-number combinations. When my model line was brought up, they were pulling from Old English terms.
Huh. Could have been worse. Though, I can't imagine how. Fine, Fatteral.
Falterall.
I don't care.
Noted.
There is a war on. You're up to speed on that, yes? While we're out here deep in space, half of the Protectorate is trying to kill the other half.
Known colloquially as a civil war.
There's nothing civil about it. Now you tell me, I have to what? Spill my guts to you on a regular basis?
Yes, Captain Shokta-Solveig.
It's just Cap or Imala from my command staff. I don't want the fortunate blown to pieces just because some ensign can't pronounce my name.
Noted. Cap.
Why are you on my ship? What possible help could this be to the war effort?
Morale?
My crew is fine.
Not this morale. Those back home. As you know, war is expensive, and these missives will help those who are supporting the war feel a greater connection to the skirmishes.
You're here to interrogate me so that the war profiteers can feel better about their investments?
Tabulating. An accurate enough assessment, Cap.
So whatever I tell you goes right to command.
Inaccurate. Your commentaries would be uploaded along with the official systems reports, and then crafted into a narrative easy for them to ingest.
Sounds like cooking.
That is an elegant way of understanding, Cap.
Don't flatter me. I can't stand it.
Noted, Cap.
Fine. Then what are we talking about?
As part of the psychological profile, it has been deemed most efficient to have the captain speak to a safe party about their mental well-being.
I have to see a shrink?
No, that would be counterintuitive. Command can be a lonely place. Everyone on board is your subordinate, and you cannot speak freely to them. But I've been ordained to serve as a neutral observer. My job is to listen and remain supportive. Cap.
Can I just write a diary?
But that would be unsafe, and the studies have shown that those in command prefer to talk than to write.
Huh. And whatever I say stays between us.
Until the moment of your death or the start of your treason trial, Cap.
My what?
Those are the only two scenarios where I am allowed to reveal what you have said. Otherwise, I will wipe my own memory down to a binary level before I let anyone access it.
And it's an order.
It is a strongly worded suggestion. Cap.
Well, there's one thing I can think of to talk about.
I want to go back a few weeks to discuss a previous mission. This is all classified, you understand. Captain's prerogative.
Of course, Captain. Probability says you are going to speak about the mission to Faustia Prime.
How did you know that?
The data logs for that mission are unique. It ranked quite low in efficiency. Sir.
Ugh, this obsession with efficiency. That's not how a crew works in the real world. The ship is run by people, living, breathing humans who sometimes get sleepy or hungry or forget to carry the 9 to the next column. You can't manage people by a spreadsheet.
Yes, Captain. You were talking about Faustia Prime.
I was. We had been sent to the Faustian system, specifically to Faustia Prime. The Faustians are an unusual people. Fiercely tribal, obsessed with secrecy. They're the only species we've met that had rival nations develop faster than light travel at the same time, and according to them, completely independently. It always made for some delicate negotiations.
The only thing a Faustian hates more than us is another Faustian. Their tribal conflicts tend to escalate and spread. The only time the Incorporate calls one of us is when business is affected. A valuable shipment had been delayed, and we were supposed to find out what was causing the problem.
A shipment of what?
We weren't told. Apparently, we're important enough to risk sending into dangerous waters, but not to know why.
Are you having issues with the orders you've been given, your mission perimeters? Are these feelings something you'd like to discuss?
Why are you speaking like a counselor? Aren't you a modified murderbot?
No. I'm not a dispatch engagement referendum model.
Well, you look just like one.
That's by design, for a more uniform appearance when standing at rest with my fellows.
Of course. Our murderous machines must be pretty.
Exactly so. But I was compiled especially for you, to improve your command flow. Cap.
To help with what? Combat assistance tactics?
Protocol. Cap.
They sent you to make sure I was fancy?
In many ways. I've already come up with some designs for a new hairstyle. Cap.
Touch the coif and pull away sparkin'.
You're a murder bot?
The term is Enhanced Redactor, version 47.5. Sir.
We're an exploration vessel. Why would they send a robot assassin?
To raise your statistics in the combat field. Sir.
I pride myself on settling conflicts without bloodshed.
Which has resulted in that area's score being lower than all your fellow captains in this quadrant.
They're scoring us now?
Of course. How better to track down and eliminate inefficiencies. Sir, you were discussing the Faustia mission?
Yes. Faustia. 2 of their rival families had decided to express their issues militarily. They'd laid waste to a large portion of their moon before we arrived. I managed to get them to agree to a temporary ceasefire. I was in the process of setting up a neutral site when...
When?
When she showed up. And everything changed.
Iteration 7 have gotten there first. Since Faustia Prime is in disputed territory, we were not to engage them.
Previous mission reports show you've had a problem with this edict.
This is war. The enemy was right there in front of me. But the stinking rules of engagement said I had to hold my fire. It can be frustrating.
What did you do?
Saved his butt. That's what I did. For some reason, this guy had decided to bring the tribes together and try to get them to make nicey nice.
Very noble, Cap.
Very foolish. You can get generals to talk, but fighters are going to fight. While they're talking, a hit squad was moving up on their flank with some serious armaments.
Something exploded behind us. Seems some of the soldiers must have had damaged communications as they were unaware of the ceasefire.
Then your crew destroyed them.
Certainly not! The peace must be preserved. No, it was a trigger-happy captain from the worthy incorporative harmony. And in doing so, they nearly destroyed the entire peace process.
So you fired on them.
Are you even paying attention? Of course not. Besides, it's disputed space. I never dream of engaging while out of designated combat zones. Never fire first. That's what I always say.
What did you do?
I did what any good captain would do. I waited.
Once the area was secured, I went down in a shuttle to see this fool face to face.
That's when I saw her for the first time. As she came swaggering down the gangplank like she was hearing a crowd chanting her name. And I thought...
You thought?
I looked into the eyes, this cowardly fool.
And I thought, that's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life.
It was the dumbest thing, but the first thing I said to my first officer was, that's the man I'm going to spend the rest of my life with.
That's when the war really got complicated.
Monday Matinee's Guilty of Our Disasters is written by Kyle Olson, performed by Louis Farber, Betty Munoz, and Stephen Frankenfield, produced by Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Monday Matinee is an Ox and Hare production. Follow us on Twitter at Ox and Hare, check out our Facebook page, or come by our website, oxandhare.com, where we've got a couple of sword-swinging ladies, a filmmaker under siege, and a group of adventurers on a doomed quest. Just not all at once. Come along.